Yo, I asked AI a question that broke the internet. What if Ronaldo wins the 2026 World Cup at 41? The robots didn't just answer. They built an entire simulation, pulling data from his last 3 seasons, his medical reports, Portugal's full squad depth, and even the betting markets. And what they found back wasn't a fairy tale. It was cold, hard math, and it's absolutely insane. Before we even get into the numbers, you need to understand something about how these AI models actually work. They don't care about feelings, they don't care about legacy, and they definitely don't care about your favorite player. They just look at raw data and spit out probabilities. So, when this exact model came back with a scenario this wild, even the robots seemed a little shocked. December 2022, the month the GOAT debate allegedly ended forever. Messi lifts the golden trophy in Qatar, and millions of people across the planet say the exact same thing at once. Argument done, completely finished. Messi is the GOAT, not even close. Pack it up, go home, there's nothing left to debate. But the other half of the world was locked onto a completely different image that same night. Ronaldo walking alone down that tunnel, wiping tears off his face in front of the entire world. The media didn't just report it. Before the man had even entered the locker room, they wrote that he was finished live on air in real time. They said he was finished to the man who was called the one nobody can beat. There can be no one better than him. Game over, story closed, case archived. Documentaries were already being planned. Tribute videos were already being edited. The entire internet had moved on to the next page of football history without it. But hold up for 1 second. Is the story actually over? Or are we all missing the biggest plot twist in modern sports history? Because if you've learned even a single thing about this man over the last 2 decades, it's that he accepts every single "this business is over" headline as a personal challenge. Look, listen, boomers. I asked the AI to calculate all the numbers for a highly specific scenario. 41-year-old Ronaldo lifting the 2026 World Cup in front of the entire planet. And what the AI spit back wasn't empty hopium. It was a probability based entirely on real performance data. A short break before we go even deeper. If you don't smash that like button right now, the AI says your phone charge will stealthily drop to 1% during the next World Cup final. We don't make the rules. The robots do. Subscribe to the channel too, then keep scrolling, boomers. When Ronaldo left the bright lights of Europe to sign with the Saudi club Al-Nassr, the entire football world literally laughed in his face. By the way, I also thought his career was over. Retirement tour, they called it. Pure money grab, they said. He's done. He's just getting one last paycheck before he disappears. The pundits on every channel agreed. The analysts approved. Even some of his own former teammates quietly agreed with this idea. However, they forgot one small detail. Criticism is not his weakness. It never has been. Criticism was his fuel. Throw him, spawn him into the middle of the most disrespectful, most hateful comment section on the planet, and watch his transition directly into beast mode within seconds. The exact year they confidently said, he's done now, he's washed up for him. What did he do? He scored exactly 54 goals. He outperformed Mbappe, he outperformed Haaland. At an age when most football players are coaching in youth academies or appearing on podcast broadcasts, he became the goal king of the entire planet once again. People kept asking how this could even be possible. But the most shocking part wasn't the number of goals itself. It was what the AI found when it examined his real medical reports and training data from the last 18 months at 39 years old, at 40 years old, and he enters his 41st year right before the World Cup begins. Under normal conditions, it should be physically impossible for his body to work this way. But here we are anyway. A strict diet, brutal gym hours that would put most players in their 20s into a coma, and not even the slightest drop in his discipline for an entire decade. He trains not like an F-sane sitting at home with 5 Ballon d'Ors, but still like a kid chasing the first professional contract of his life. According to the model, age is nothing but a statistic the AI cannot mathematically explain away. The algorithm even marked his data point as a statistical outlier, results that are normally deleted from the dataset because they are impossible. With one single difference, this data is completely real. If you think this man's business is over or that he has hung up his boots, you really don't understand football at all. Now let's come to the part that nobody talks about on the internet. This was never a one-man mission, and it never would be. I asked the robots to map out Portugal's entire championship DNA over the last few years, and June 2025 appeared before me as proof number 1 in this file. UEFA Nations League final. Portugal against their biggest rival, Spain. Spain takes the lead with an early goal. Minute 61 arrives. 40-year-old Ronaldo steps onto the stage under maximum pressure and nails the equalizer as if it were child's play. Durham 2-2. It goes directly to penalties. Portugal wins the penalties 5-3 and lifts the trophy in front of their own fans. This is not luck. This is not a coincidence. And the AI model confirms this too. This team is a team that knows very well how to survive when literally everything hangs by a thread. A very quick warning before passing directly to the squad analysis. Leave a Ronaldo comment right below, or the AI claims that your Wi-Fi plug at home will be stealthily pulled during the real final match. We are just reporting the results of the simulation. Don't blame us. And if you really think that Ronaldo needs to carry this team alone on his back, you truly don't understand football at all. This squad, to be honest, might be the most talented, deepest, and most dangerous golden generation in Portugal's entire football history. The midfield, Bruno Fernandes, who is in game vision sharp enough to split any defense in two. Bernardo Silva, who lives in a completely different dimension from everyone around him with his ball control and literally glides on the pitch. And Vitinha, who determines the tempo just like a live orchestra conductor, ensuring that this entire machine never loses its rhythm. The wings, Rafael Leão, who appears, spawns in open spaces with his speed that paralyzes defenders. The defense, Rúben Dias, who is tested in the highest level matches, aggressive, wise, and standing there like a live wall to organize the backline. And other players we cannot count, an incredible squad. This current Portugal squad no longer needs Ronaldo to come back to build the game. He does not need to sprint from one penalty box to the other for 90 minutes like in 2008 either. The only thing they expect from him is to be a pure finisher, a ghost living inside the penalty box who can smell a half chance when there is literally nothing there yet. And according to every single data point pulled by the AI, even at 41 years old, there is no deadlier hunter walking on this planet. The model compared his expected goals XG output with all strikers currently active in the world, and the result didn't even come close. His rate of converting chances inside the penalty box still ranks at the very top of the entire dataset. The age factor is completely ignored, as if the algorithm simply refuses to recognize the man's birth certificate. The road to the prize is relentless. AI shows that the 2026 World Cup is the toughest yet, and it's packed with monsters. In the previous video, we talked about how hard it is to win the World Cup. Mbappe from France, Bellingham from England, Vinicius Jr. from Brazil, and Lamine Yamal from Spain. Facing them for 90 or 120 minutes will push the limits of Ronaldo's 41-year-old body. But the final scene where the model spits is insane. Close your eyes, old man. July 19th, 2026, World Cup final at MetLife Stadium, 90th minute, score locked, breathless tension. Suddenly, a free kick from just outside the penalty area. The world holds its breath. There he is, standing at the ball with his iconic wide-legged stance we've watched for 20 years. Number 7 looks at the ball. The whistle blows. He hits the ball with all his might. He curves perfectly over the wall and clears the cobwebs into the top corner. The final whistle blows and the entire internet crashes simultaneously. 80,000 fans faint in the stadium, while only one name echoes across the globe. Ronaldo. Even Netflix couldn't write a scenario like this. At 41, this is the ultimate answer to everyone who says, "You're finished, old man." Messi's 2022 victory is thought to have closed the debate. But if Ronaldo achieves this, the GOAT debate will be completely reversed forever. The boy from Madeira is completing the football story himself. Will it really happen? Comment below. Is Ronaldo lifting that trophy, or is this just a nice simulation? Subscribe now or choose us. We'll recommend it to 0 people. Don't leave it to your conscience.